Halton will be played by Ed Sheeran.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, there you go.
There's 3 chairs. They'd scream.
Just in time. Intro's going.
Oh, snap. Might be.
Why do you have so many chairs, Nate?
I just moved.
Oh, so it's just your
Because
chair.
he wants to sit. Back off.
All of his imaginary friends are with him tonight.
Oh my god.
Because this stream is brought to you by D. No. It is not. Yeah, that is weird, huh?
Oh, you guys don't have a redirect from WOTC to D&D?
4, 3, 2. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dice Camera Action.
Hey!
Hey, Lamau.
Woo! Yeah.
Hey. Oh, sorry, I came in late.
Okay. So when last we left the Waffle Crew, they were in the mines of Iron Slag, having escaped from the clutches of Duke Zalto and his Confederates with the aid of a suspicious drow stranger named Cozen Zorlarin.
Why suspicious?
Why indeed?
It's the spider tattoo.
The spider tattoo on your face.
I can't help that.
Because we're prejudiced.
And they did it by crawling up a chimney and getting soot and crap all over them, but then they blocked the top of the chimney to prevent pursuers from following, thanks in large part to Strix's giant strength, which is now dissipating rapidly. And they also had an opportunity to take a rest, a much-needed rest after their harrowing exploits in the depths of Iron Slag. Now, what are they doing in Iron Slag, you ask? It's very simple. They were sent on a mission by the Dwarven King Harnoth to find out what the heck the giants are up to. They thought a stealth mission would be the way to go.
A recon mission.
Simple.
Things didn't quite play out that way, but they're all still alive. Now they've sort of reached, with information given to them by Cozen, a dire choice. Having completed their mission and found out that the giants are building a colossus to basically unleash and lay waste to their enemies, they can return to Citadel Advar to tell Harnoth what they've learned, thus completing what he asked them to do. But on the other hand, there are piles of slaves trapped in the depths of Iron Slag, all Duke Zalto's prisoners. Moreover, Cozen has told them that Duke Zalto plans to release a fire primordial that the Drow have delivered into his clutches and trap this primordial in a furnace, an adamantine forge, using it to assemble the Colossus. Cozen also told them that the heart of the Colossus can be theoretically melted down by this primordial, triggering a catastrophic explosion. So, as we begin tonight's session, the choice facing the party is go back to Citadel Advar or do the heroic thing.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Option
How do you
3.
really define the heroic thing, though?
Or option 3 is pick a direction and walk and don't
Yes, right, yes. Blow off everything. Start a new campaign in another part of the world.
Just keep walking.
Just, you know what, guys? Nope.
No.
Lol DM, we leave and go to Disneyland.
Yes.
I'm sure someone else will take care of it.
Someone's gotta.
Now, did we actually take an actual rest / get the benefits of a rest?
So now is the time to talk about that. If you take a short 1 hour rest, you can spend any hit dice you have remaining to regain hit points. Or, since some of you, I think, are stripped down to the bone when it comes to your spells and whatnot.
You mean everyone?
You might, yes. Even Diath has run out of spells. At this point.
I have a single hut left.
Right, and that was important last week because you thought that might be a way to survive a cataclysmic mountain collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Still keeping that in mind.
It's on the table.
It's the beauty
I
of-
mean, survive it, but then escape it?
Yeah.
Mm,
The good news is you're not only in the presence of a very helpful, benevolent drow, but
Was that
also,
so hard?
a figure that you were kind of tangentially looking for, a dwarven war hero named Jasper Dimmerchasm, is also in your present midst, and he has some clerical ability. He's been very quiet since his rescue, but is willing to offer any aid.
Jasper, how did you get yourself into this mess?
He tells you, in short, because he's not a talkative fellow, that he was leading a patrol that encountered some giants who were digging up a relic in the snowy hills, and they decided to get as close as they could to find out what the giants actually had in their possession, and were ambushed. They were jumped and captured. And dragged back to Iron Slag to serve as slaves in the mines and the forge. Jasper tried to petition. Actually, they were captured by the Yak folk first. Jasper tried to petition for the release of his crew, and the giants would have none of it.
Was this crew
Yeah,
in
what,
the mines or the Yak folk village?
So they were brought to the Yak folk village, and some of them were left with the Yak folk, and others were taken down into the mines and to the slave pens.
All right. Well, we can at least inform him that his allies in the Yak folk village were let free.
Except for a certain Speleotha, who
All of them were set free.
and,
Wow,
and it's roughly at that point when Jasper notices that Evelyn's got
Oh, no.
Speleotha's sword, and he's like, that looks familiar. That belonged to one of my retinue.
It sure did. Bless her heart.
Do you tell him that Speleotha died fighting the Yak folk?
Yeah, I say, the truest beauty in life is to lay down yourself for others and to leave a legacy of beauty. Don't you think so, Jasper?
Jasper concurs.
Strix will just yell, "She's dead."
She also had a note in her hand saying, "Give her sword to the nearest paladin" when she died.
Yeah.
It's weird that she planned that out.
We had a real special connection.
That does sound a lot like her.
Yes.
Well, we need to rest badly. Otherwise, there's no way we're going to get out of here, because I'm assuming that we're going to go fix this problem, right? Is this?
I mean,
are we gonna...
I'm not one to wait before running headlong into a situation,
Oh, we know.
but don't you think we could maybe send for help or something? I mean,
Who's
all
gonna
of
help
us against an elemental, the dwarves, right, Jasper?
He says, I don't want to get in the middle of your discussions, but if you're asking my advice, I think based on the threat level and the fact that they know we're still here, it could be suicidal to go back down into the forge now.
No. We
I
have
mean-
a hut.
He sort of shakes his head and says, hut, I don't know how that's... looks around.
Strix is just like, it's magic.
Oh,
Pretty sweet hut,
I
too.
mean,
a magic hut.
I, Evelyn, certainly think it sounds like a great idea to rely on the light of Lathander and just run headlong, but I could see how someone who is not Evelyn would think that that was a horrible idea and maybe shouldn't be done at all.
I'm already assuming that we're gonna die. I mean, we can't even get out of here. We're dead at this point. Like I've rescinded into death.
I mean, maybe with that attitude.
I always have that attitude.
Yes, exactly.
Ugh. Is it always like this?
It's always like this.
Like, I feel like maybe I was a little too hasty in choosing people to betray my kinsman for.
Yeah, speaking of Kosen, we have a few questions for you.
Yeah, did you see a bird outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Just making sure they're still there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
They play a very, very key, crucial role in our escape, without a doubt.
Oh. Good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that he's still out there then.
Good. Same.
Cozen, you were part of this team that delivered this fire primordial.
I was with my cousin Virith.
Do you just have the one primordial? Are there multiples?
Just the one in the flask, Megara.
Yes.
Right. So
And
for
I don't
some,
know if you want to reveal this, but you and your confederates stole it from the dwarven stronghold of Gauntlgrim.
Oh God, I hope they didn't steal anything else.
We'll just keep that under that.
Okay.
So this primordial that they need for this furnace to get their Colossus online, there's only one, just this one that's available. And for some reason, they don't have this primordial. They cannot get this Colossus online.
They need the heat of Megara. That's the only thing that's big enough that will allow the Colossus to function.
So if there's no Megara, there's no Colossus.
No Megara, no Colossus. But Megara is also the only thing that can destroy it.
Do we have to destroy it, or can't we just maybe acquire it?
I mean, so long as it's not functioning. So long as it's not capable of rampaging out into the countryside, destroying the dwarves who hired you, and enslaving anyone who's still alive, yeah, you're probably fine.
A little known fact, you would know this, Cozen, is there was a time in the history of the realms when Megara, what was that? Where Megara almost escaped.
Mm.
She, thanks to some intervention, slipped free of her bonds under Gauntlgrim and rampaged, and it triggered the volcanic eruption of Mount Hotanau, which nearly destroyed the city of Neverwinter.
I am going to relay that information to my companions, hopefully as a means of indicating how very serious it is that Megara should be prevented from running loose. Also, it's clear that a creature of this size and strength can't be tamed very easily. Duke Zalto might be having some trouble binding it to his service, but given time, he will, and the Colossus will wake.
And kill everyone, right? Everywhere.
Kill everyone, kill the lucky ones. The unlucky ones will survive to be enslaved. The Fire Giant's empire will grow, and that'll be a problem.
Have we looked into, now hear me out, potentially befriending this Colossus?
It's a construct.
Because things that we become friends with tend to die real fast. So that might be the easiest course of action.
Also, Paulton's real good with constructs.
Mm-hmm. Great track record.
Mm-hmm.
I quietly take a moment to reflect on this information that people who befriend these people die.
Yeah, Jasper, who's been silent up to this point, his eyes just get wide.
Yeah, I just kind of stare out into the darkness for just long enough. And
Strix
then
will comfort Jasper and be like, well, we're dead already. Everyone's dead. We're all dead.
No, don't worry. I don't consider us friends yet, so you're fine.
Oh, good.
Next question for you, Cozen.
Mm.
You were here to deliver this fire primordial. It was clear that from your companions, that was your one goal. That is why you were here. And then suddenly you went against that directive. Explain yourself.
I am not interested in dwarves, and I'm not interested in fire giants, and I'm not interested in what happens past this mountain. Seeing my cousin fail, I am very interested in.
I believe him.
Oh. That seems
Why don't you like your cousin?
Because they're drow. They don't like anyone related to them.
Do you like me?
You're not related to him.
I give Evelyn a wink. Well, one of those famous cousin Zorlov.
Yeah.
Winks.
And we're dead.
So what you're
Evelyn
saying
feels
is,
much better.
so what you're saying is, if for whatever reason we get this fire primordial and prevent it from being used on this colossus, that will cause your cousin to fail, and that's really all you want in life.
Oh, I want more than that. But I don't want anything that we don't both want. I.e. to stop a colossus from destroying everything.
I mean, the big question is, we're going to go back down the chimney or not?
I don't think I'm strong enough to get us back down the chimney again.
Look, we only need to obtain the flask itself, right?
So long as the flask is out of Zoltan's power, he can't bind Megara. What
They
you do
have
with
to
it-
sleep sometime. We could go on a stealth mission.
Shrek is just going to start crying, laying on the ground.
Right.
I'm going to try and rest while everyone's talking.
Absently dry her tears with Jasper's beard.
Yeah, exactly.
What you do with the flask after you have it doesn't interest me. Give it back to the dwarves if you want. Keep it for yourself. I don't really care. Blow up the mountain, that's fine. So long as it's not in the hands of the giants, Virith fails, Cozen succeeds, no one dies. No one who we don't want dead dies.
Jasper, if you got yourself outside of this mountain, would you be able to find your way back to Citadel to Adbar?
Oh, yeah. Easily. And I'll take with me anyone who wants to come along.
Wonderful.
Even her. He points to Strix.
Come on! Why is everyone so mean to me?
I give her a hug.
Don't.
All
Well,
right.
it seems very clear that we need to rest either way. Should we do that first?
Are you guys like still super injured? I'd imagine.
I'm pretty injured
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
covered in soup.
And not wearing any armor.
You should put that back on.
Yeah, Strix, could you give us some quick precipitation and maybe
Okay, I'll clean everyone
clean
up.
us up? All right,
I'll
cool.
clean everyone up reluctantly, except for
Okay.
myself,
Okay.
in which I'll just like add some more dirt.
That armor, the magic armor, is gone, right?
Yeah, that was shed by a Karak once again down on the foundry floor, down in the assembly hall, and left there. But you do have your own armor.
I miss that armor.
Don't
Gotta
we
get
all?
me some of that.
All right.
Jasper says he's happy to stand watch while you rest, although he looks pretty beat to shit too.
I don't need to rest.
Aw.
I am actually A-okay.
Well, fancy you.
That's really nice of you.
All right, you stand
All right.
watch. I'm going to sleep. And Evelyn lays down exactly where she is.
Okay.
Do what you need to. Restore your wounds. Jasper, anything you could do to help heal them would be great. If you guys can get back some of your magic powers, awesome. You'll need that for your trip back to Advar. As soon as you're ready, all of you go. I'm going back to the
I'm
flask.
not. No. Stop
Oh.
talking. No. You're not doing that by yourself. That's ridiculous.
I'm the only one who can.
I can
last
turn
time-
into a cloud. Paulton can go invisible.
Yeah, and we did that the first time we showed up, and look what happened. We got into this mess. Things
Strix
got
is just going
worse.
to poignantly look at Evelyn.
She's sleeping.
The
You're
point
not
is-
wrong. Evelyn can't come. Every time she does it, it ruins everything.
Is it because when she walks, it sounds like this?
I fly. It sounds like this.
But it doesn't. I can turn into a cloud. I can turn you into a cloud. We can escape through anything.
You can't grab a flask as a cloud.
It'll turn into a cloud when it's on you. as long as you're holding it, it also becomes a cloud. It's a cloud, but it's like a cloud of everything with the cloud. Like, you're not just naked when you uncloud. That would be really unfortunate.
I'm just saying. You have
I'm
to
going
obtain-
with you. And she's going to fall asleep and close her ears and go.
We already tried one stealth mission, and last I checked, all three of you almost died.
I can turn into a cloud. It's fine. I can't turn into a mammoth anymore, though. Sorry. You can ruminate about that while Strix goes to sleep.
Look, I know I can do this.
A point I feel I should share since we're friends and all.
Wink.
Wink. If it were just fire giants, perhaps, but Virith knows about our treachery now. Chances are she knows that the fate of her test hangs in the balance, so she'll probably be looking for us.
I was still on the ground going, well, we could go get the slaves and free them, maybe. I'm sure Evelyn would love that. I'm ready to run away at any point. I'm literally ready to run away. I've just, I just figured since we're already dead, there's no reason to run because it'll just be more death.
Right.
While you're talking, Waffle seems to have found a way out of her harness and is coming over just to sit in your lap.
God damn it.
Oh, I was cuddling her
cute.
while I sleep.
I'll just pat Waffles. Be like, well, we have to get Waffles out of here because I don't want this little owl bear exploding in this mountain. Right.
I'm sure Jasper will be able to safely get Waffles back.
What do you think, Jasper? I'll side-eye him.
The dwarf sort of looks and kind of furrows his brow and tilts his head. It's like not really understanding the significance that you place upon this creature. But he says, yeah, sure.
Aw.
I don't believe you. Sure isn't good enough, Jasper.
Leave
I want
him some snacks or something to help entice Waffles.
Yeah.
Or, simpler yet, just go with him.
I'm not going with him.
And what? Go back down there where you'll probably die again?
I'm not. I can be a cloud.
Owlbears are quite dangerous, you know.
Not this one.
They're like wizard experiments gone awry.
I'll just squish Waffles' face. Just be not this one.
Not that anyone asked, but the idea of a stealth mission isn't terrible. It seems like you guys seem to fail more when you're all together. So one person
Damn.
Oh,
Against all laws of party dynamics.
But there's also the idea that a distraction could always benefit. So perhaps if this human, I gesture to Diath, goes for the flask, while the rest of you, I gesture to the other humans and the human with horns, cause some problems, he might stand a better chance.
That's something I could do. I could cause problems.
Sure can. If you guys can get to the front large doors and get those open, that would at least provide a place for me to escape after I grab the flask. Because getting in isn't the difficult part, getting out. And after using this chimney, something tells me they're not going to let us do this again.
Probably not.
Oh.
Evelyn, make a perception check.
$15.
As you're sleeping fairly lightly near the rock that covers the chimney, you're awakened by what appears to be the sound of something in the chimney shaft underneath the rock. You heard what you thought, and this is why it sort of caused you to awaken momentarily with a start, a swear word.
Evelyn heard a
By the name of
swear.
Lathander.
Then you realize it must have come from something underneath the rock plug that you put on top of the hole.
Did I recognize the voice or anything?
It sounded kind of a little bit sleazy.
What?
A little bit sleazy.
Yeah, but you don't recognize the voice now. Nor
There
would you
is
have-
someone underneath the rock trying to come up here already.
Just
I
look over at Cozen.
Don't look at me, man.
And they said, swear word.
I mean, if she identified it as a swear word, it's probably not Virith.
No, it's probably Zadath.
Zadath.
Yeah.
Is he one of mine?
He's one of yours, and
Oh, well.
he swears like you wouldn't believe.
All right. I asked her to describe the voice to me.
It sounded kind of sleazy.
Yeah.
Not
Is
that
that-
I'm one to judge.
Does that jive with what I know about Zadath?
Well, you're not really sure. The frame of reference is, I mean,
It's approaching us, so I'm down.
Yes.
I'm down to kill
Yes.
it, no matter what.
I put
certainly,
my mouth.
certainly, you know that none of your fellow drow would have any problem scaling the shaft, which would be too small for anything like a giant.
Well,
I go to the bottom of the rock and I say, I heard that. Are you sorry for saying that? Are you good or bad?
Evelyn, stop.
Awesome.
You get no response.
Awesome.
I
made
think we should
such good
probably
decisions.
kill it.
Yeah. It said it's not sorry. It has to die.
I sit on top of the rock just to make sure that it
Okay.
doesn't get pushed off.
Perfect. Adding the whatever 50 pounds of weight to the 3,500 pound rock.
I'm carrying a lot of weapons. Most of my weight is from the weapons.
True
All
enough.
right. I glance at Diath and say, if it is one of mine, he knows we're here now, and he'll report back to Virith, who will report back to the giants. Things are going to get ugly. Or we kill him.
How
I
easily
think we
can
should probably kill it.
how easily can we move this rock and then capture him?
It's fine too. Capture, torture. We love this. Capture and not torture?
Right.
Huh. Yeah, all right.
I can move the rock.
All right.
All right.
Or we just get out of here.
One less drow is one less problem, and one less problem in between you and the flask.
All right, everyone up. Take positions. Evelyn, move the rock. As soon as he gets out of here, we jump him. Do everything you can to subdue him.
Okay. And by this point, you have not fully rested. So
You're right.
Okay.
Strix is still sleeping. She hasn't woken up yet.
Strix, I know you're fake sleeping. Get up.
I did.
No, I'm not fake sleeping.
She says.
I did put my armor back on
Okay.
as an FYI. And
Yep.
as soon as I get a chance, I'd like to attune to the heart of Spinelli.
Oh, okay. That'll take you about 10 minutes.
So I can't do it now, but I'll do it as soon as we have another 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, I'll say enough time probably passed. You could have taken 10 minutes to attune by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? She gets in like a football stance. She's ready to move the rock.
Yay.
Strix has like no spells left, so she's just gonna like hold her staff, like she's just gonna whack someone with it.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lathander! She pushes the rock.
Make a strength athletics check.
Oh,
Oh no.
11.
Paulton, could you help?
Sure, I'll try to help.
All right.
Look, you're probably the strongest out of the rest of us.
What is Paulton's strength, by the way?
2.
14.
Yeah.
14. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you can help. Absolutely. So if you want to try again, Anna, and you have advantage.
Oh.
And Jasper can help too. He's a strong dwarf.
That time it's 20.
Okay. Yes. You, Paulton, and Jasper push against this rock and it grinds across the floor, leaving an opening, leaving visible the shaft underneath, about half of the shaft. And then Jasper sort of backs off so he doesn't fall into the hole. He's got short little legs. And then when you look down the shaft, you can see it's dark and sooty like you'd expect it to be, but there is no drow waiting for you underneath.
He's invisible, probably. We can do that. He probably can too.
Yep.
Wasn't someone going to jump right down there? I can do it.
Evelyn, no.
It's a pretty narrow space, right?
It's a 5 foot by 5 foot square hole that you've probably only partially uncovered, but can easily fit down. With abundant handholds, it was sort of rough hewn out of the rock. You know that it drops down about 20 feet and then slants at a 45-degree angle.
And we can definitely. Can we see the chimney itself, or is it just completely impenetrably black?
No, you can see in your light. You can see the chimney.
All right, so he's not using his darkness.
Right, and you can see that there's evidence of, like, in the soot on the walls was removed in the places where you guys climbed up. If you weren't flying like Evelyn, you can still see your handholds and whatnot. Anybody who cares to can see if there are any new handholds. That will require a perception check.
I would like to.
Okay.
Cozen, what was the drow's name again?
Zakat?
Zadath.
I'm sorry, they all sound
All right.
new to me.
28.
Zadath.
Yeah, you can see evidence of a new set of handprints / footprints in the soot on the walls.
Yeah, they definitely climbed up.
Yeah, I whisper to Diath, do you have anything you can throw down there? Anything that might
I
make
throw
it
a
nice.
rock that I already had in my hand down the chimney right as he says that.
Okay, good. That's great.
Okay, so you toss a rock down.
As she does that,
Not just toss, like I chuck. Like
Oh,
I'm
no.
trying
All
to
right.
hit
as she does
someone.
that, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do some, I guess, like, I don't know what I could use, just like my best French accent. And just and go, Zada, we are up here. I have caught them. We come with the French to the drow. And try and convince him that his sister is up there.
Yeah, I add to that. It's I scream and curse at your hopefully
All right.
convincing her that's hope to sell the story.
Okay.
Basically.
Also, Diath, you've noticed as Evelyn hurls the rock down the shaft that the handprints and footprints left by this new creature doesn't look like it was grabbing hold of, on ledges to purchase or anything, but just flat handprints, footprints, like he was literally spider climbing on the walls.
Relaying
Anyway.
this information to Cozen. You guys can do that, right?
You know that you can't, but Virith is a mage.
Virith is a mage. She could have cast something on him.
Yeah,
All right.
you actually know that she has the spider climb spell.
Right. So she probably did, and not to put a damper on it, but she's probably cast some other helpful stuff on him.
Indeed, she has. So, Anna, you cast the rock down. Just roll a d20 for me. You hear it clash hard against the stone about 20 feet down, then go tumbling down the shaft.
14.
Okay. You hear it clatter, 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 become more faint as it goes. You don't. There's no like, oh,
No flashlight thud.
You're right, exactly. As the rock is cast down, but it goes as far down as you can imagine it goes.
I didn't have to miss. I know you're there.
And then Strix, you've got a deception check. Just roll a straight check. I'm not going to give the advantage that you would gain from Cozen helping you is countered by the disadvantage of Virith not being a complete idiot.
Oh no. Hold on, let me check. I think I got. Yeah, that's only a 9.
Okay.
That's about a 9 accent that I did. That's fine.
Yep. You get no response from down below.
I tried.
Yeah.
I give up.
Does I have fairy fire and dancing lights. Can either of those interact with a theoretical invisibility spell?
Like if you're saying, can I cast fairy fire on So fairy fire is like an area that you sort of drop it in, and anything that's invisible will light up within that 20-foot cube.
Hell yeah.
And you can cast that as far out as you can see, which would be 20 feet down. You can basically encapsulate this whole vertical section of the shaft if there's still a creature here.
That is exactly what I'm going to do. If nothing's there, we can rest and I can
get back. Yes, you cast the spell, you light up the area, and reveal that there is no invisible creature within range of your sight.
Cool. Well, that was extremely useful, what I did.
That was good to know.
Oh. Well, now we can all rest easy.
So clearly whatever creature was up here cursing at the plugged shaft has descended back down into the shaft.
Possibly because someone yelled at him.
Perhaps.
I mean, I'm just a guest character, but that might have been.
All of you. How long do you need to recharge and get back any kind of spellcasting abilities?
I can do it once per day, so long rest, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. But we can be invisible in the hut, right?
You're invisible?
Doesn't it hide you, or
you can make the hut opaque? Yeah. So, you'd essentially be in a little darkness area.
So technically, we could make it opaque and then also put a silent image of a rock over it in a corner, and then no one would see us.
Virith being a mage, she might be able to look.
Maybe she's a bad mage.
I mean, she did almost kill us.
There you go.
You're also asking for a lot of time that we probably don't have. You said this primordial is volatile and difficult to control?
Oh, yes.
That's why Zoltan needs to bind it. I'm sorry.
How exactly does this binding work?
That I couldn't. Well, I don't know that. Do I, Chris?
You're not exactly sure. Somehow he's got to get Megara from the flask into his adamantine forge. If the adamantine forge itself is a receptacle, he could probably just open the flask inside the forge and trap her inside it. Your best guess.
My best. If he can just dump her inside it, we'll know soon enough because we'll all be dead.
Okay. It's not like a ritual or anything that takes time. It's just
It could be. You don't know.
It could be. I'm not the mage.
Damn it. Strix, do you know anything about it?
I can try. I'll do an Arcana check.
Yeah, you were in the assembly area where the Colossus was. It does have the big adamantine forge in it, so you at least saw it. You didn't inspect it, but you can make a Arcana check.
All right. 14.
You're not sure.
All right. I don't know. This is out of my pay grade.
Damn it.
Do I get paid? And snacks. Well, I don't have any spells. We can't even escape unless we rest. We have to rest.
I don't think sleeping in here is going to be that great of an idea. Clearly they know we're here.
I mean, there is a hut.
Right.
You guys really like your huts.
Huts also pretty easy to see.
Sure, they can see it. but not much else.
First things first, we need to find an exit out of here and see if there's a way to actually get out of the mountain first. Because if nothing else, we can at least get Jasper on his way, along with Waffles. We'll meet up with them later.
That sounds good.
And once we get to the outside, then we can send a distraction force to the front door, try to get them to open that, while myself tries to sneak in and obtain this flask and or stop whatever it is they're doing. Now, hopefully, as much injuries as I caused to the Duchess, maybe that will give them some priority. I want to focus on helping her before this damn forge of his.
She is missing her fingers.
Yeah, between myself and Evelyn, she's not doing great.
Nope. That's true.
And
As long as we're sure that all those slaves aren't going to be in danger while we wait. Because otherwise I'm just going to jump on down there and start saving some people.
They are not in danger. They are fine.
Yeah, they're fine, Evelyn.
Jasper
Alright.
will actually echo that sentiment and say that it seems that while the prisoners aren't directly involved in the reforging of the Colossus, they have been making weapons and armor for the fire giants, and the fire giants seem to rely on the slaves to do a lot of that grunt work. So
Yeah, so they're not that expendable.
Right.
Still, they're gearing up for something.
All right, Diaz. So where do I go now? Outside?
Whichever way outside.
Am I on the distraction force?
Yes.
I love that. So I start.
I can
looking
help
at-
with that.
Yeah, teammates.
Yes. Strix, Evelyn, Paulton, you're going to be on the distraction force. Myself, Cozen.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Neat.
I mean, I would rather. I'd like to be there to see it all crumble.
I start making up a jingle and I ask Paulton to help me for distraction force. Distraction force. He, I assume, does not oblige.
Well, I'm muted. Yeah, okay. Shoot. I'm rusty. I've been on the bagpipes, but
just one.
She's thrilled by this.
just after
So
every,
artistic.
after every line. Wait. Okay, do another distraction line.
Distraction force. Yeah.
Right. Cozen, I know you clearly have some sort of magical ability. I saw the darkness you put out there, and that could be integral as we make our escape. Whatever you guys need to do to get those fire giants to open the door, you do it.
So we don't get to rest.
I mean, I think that's going to be part of it, because unless you guys are up to full, you're not going to be able to do much.
My abilities, my spell-like abilities, are spent, so I won't be able to use them without rest either.
So we just need to find a place to hide and rest. I'm good at that.
Right. So
Start digging.
if smoke came up this way, the smoke's got to go somewhere, which means there must be some kind of exit out of the mountain from here. So we just need to find where that goes.
Let's go. I start going toward the nearest
Exit.
exit chimney thing.
Any kind of if we feel any kind of breeze or the air getting cooler along any kind of the directions, we're using that as a guide to help making sure that we're going to the correct pathway. Because you said there was 2 of them.
There are 2 exits, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can see one of them on closer inspection has more evidence of smoke passage than the other.
Great. We'll follow that one.
Okay. When you head out, you find this cave that you're in connects to what appears to be a long abandoned or long spent mine complex. And as you navigate that complex, I'd like whoever is doing the navigating, which sounds like Dia,
Dungeon Delver. Yay.
yes, to make a wisdom survival check for tracking.
It's not Evelyn who's singing.
If
And
there's
Paulton who's using castanets.
just if there are secret doors or traps or whatever, I just
Yep.
wanted to know. Okay.
Okay.
You said wisdom survival?
Wisdom survival. Yeah.
All right. 10.
Okay. So once you start getting out into the rest of the mines, it's easy to become disoriented, but one thing you're able to pick up on immediately, Diath, is there's a definite sense that some of the passageways slope upward and a definite sense that some of the passageways slope downward. And, going downward will take you back down probably to the foundry, and going upward will probably take you back up near the Yakfolk village.
Okay.
And it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out up or down. So if are you leading everybody kind of in an upward area, or are you just trying to find a closed off area of the mines where you can hole up?
I feel like trying to get to the outside area first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, can prestidigitation like cover tracks or something? Because I want to like cover our tracks behind us. Like,
yeah, you could essentially use it like a little broom, just sort of.
Yeah.
Can you just be like walking backwards, like finger gunning the tracks?
Yeah.
Just pew, pew, pew.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm covering our tracks.
Yeah. So you're in the back rank, just covering tracks as you go, doing your best. And Diaz, at a certain point, you get out of this neglected section of the mine complex where nobody's worked for a while, and you break into a tunnel that has mine tracks, which signifies a more you may have actually been in these parts before during your initial descent. And
if we
eventually,
see our chalk marks, we'll know.
I was just going to say, you stumble upon a chalk mark.
I see that and I say, son of a bitch.
Is it the one that says Lathander sucks?
And following the chalk marks, you can make your way back out. And along the way, you can see branches of the mines that have distant echoey sounds down them of click, 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 of clatter, 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 of sounds like people using picks and stuff. Others are just dark, foreboding, and silent, and don't look like they've been used in years. And a few of them are even boarded up to suggest, hey, these might be dangerous. But as you follow your own path that you chalked out, you do eventually make it, without encountering a soul, to a stone spiral staircase that you recognize leads up to a small chamber that is abuts or is next to the big top of the elevator shaft. And you crawl up that spiral staircase, and yes, you are now looking through an archway out into the top of the elevator shaft that was rendered non-functional when the water wheel shattered. And it's a big, spacious, like room about 80 feet wide, or about 120 feet across, with an 80-foot diameter shaft hole in the floor that has this big sort of iron apparatus above it to basically suspend the pulleys and the chains, and everything else, that the winches that were used to activate the elevator. There is two exits from this chamber. One is the hole in the wall with the gear mechanisms that led out to the water wheel that you destroyed. The other is the proper exit, which are the giant doors that stand open, leading out into the Yakfolk village. So you are now at the top of the complex.
Fresh air and the light of the morning, Lord. Nothing like it.
Yeah.
Is it nighttime?
And it is nighttime outside.
The evening light of the
Yes.
morning, Lord.
And it's actually very, very cold. You can hear through the open doors the blowing of the wind, and actually some snow is blowing in to the room.
Oh, well, that's not like we haven't seen that before.
Are there any buildings left in the Yakfolk village?
You can smell the sound, the burnt wood smell lingering outside. There are no active fires. You'd have to walk out into the village, and because it's just black, you'd have to go out into the village to actually see if there are any structures that remain.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll lead them back to the Yakfolk village. I'm looking for any standing structures, or mostly standing structures that still have walls up.
Okay.
I glance around and ask what the hell happened here.
It was like this when we came here.
Oh,
Okay.
I have a wisdom, so I believe that.
Yep. You can see when you go out into the Yakfolk village that all of the buildings are just burnt out shells. Their roofs burnt off pretty quickly because they were made of straw and grass and stuff. And so there's no effective shelter left out here.
That's all right. As long as we got some kind of walls or anything, even just 3 out of 4 walls of a room, whatever. Just something that we can put the hut itself in, so we're still protected from sight and possible elements or attacks. Hut
Okay.
inside of a hut.
All right. So there's the central hut, which was the largest. It used to be the Yakfolk chief's hut.
With the naked elves.
with the naked elves that had the naked elves in it. It's got the highest walls, most of which were fashioned from clay and are still more or less intact.
Hey, where's that bird? Wasn't he hanging out around here?
Yeah, you don't see any signs of Big Bird.
God,
You must have got tired and went home.
You should
yeah.
call Big Bird.
Oh yeah,
Don't do that.
it'll be super helpful.
No, he's sleeping. You're
He's
gonna,
sleeping.
you're gonna disturb him.
Did
gonna be
you,
all-
did
he's
you
gonna
meet
be
him?
all
Isn't he nice? Did you guys talk?
He's a man of few words.
It's
He's
fine.
a
I got.
bird.
I'm waking him up asserts my dominance. So we need to figure out the hierarchy. It's still like a relatively new thing. How do I call
I
this
think you're at the top. Just on going off instinct.
Chris, do I have a way to call this bird? Do I know what to do?
You knew. So you were with Harshnag long enough to figure out how he called the bird, which was with a whistle. Now he was a frost giant, so when he whistled, it carried like nobody's business. But you are a skilled bard. You feel like you could easily try to imitate that whistle. You just have to make a performance check to do it.
Okay, will do. I will do that performance check to see if I can summon my bird.
Okay. Also, it's fucking cold out here.
Okay,
We want the hut.
I'll keep that in mind. But first, I will try to
come
summon
on!
my
Well,
bird.
hold on, Polton. Maybe we shouldn't do anything loud or
Yeah.
attention getting.
Yeah.
But I want my bird.
That's your
Well,
bird
he
wants.
wants his bird.
Yeah, he'll be waiting for you in the morning.
We'll get the bird when we're not trying to get the giants to not kill us.
If you summon the bird now while everyone's hunting for you, it'll put the bird in danger.
Why don't you want me to call my bird?
I am afraid of birds. And you need,
I look at him. I'm just like, yeah, you seem like the type. All right, we can wait till morning.
If nothing else, when you need a distraction, that's when you bring your eagle friend in.
Good. Okay.
That'd be
Cool.
a great distraction.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
should count on that distraction. We'll
Yeah.
plan
All
on
right.
having that.
Cancel team distraction. We will rely on the birds because I feel confident in summoning this bird.
Uh-huh.
So once we need a distraction, I will call the bird, and the bird will come to, and it'll be great.
I don't mention this out loud, but I do think it and make a mental note that they are relying on the bird for a critical part of that plan of this plan. So I just sort of factor that into what I know.
Right.
Very
Well,
good.
I don't see the problem with that. So
No, it'll
That'd
work
be
great.
great.
It'll
Cool.
be fantastic.
all right.
Nothing can go wrong with that.
Absolutely.
All right,
Make the hut. It's cold.
Polton, put the hut up.
Hut coming up. Hut.
All right, you cast the spell inside the burnt out shell of the chieftain's hut. And when the hut appears around you and Paulton adjusts the temperature, everything is just absolutely comfortable.
Yeah.
You probably actually spent a couple minutes clearing the snow that's accumulated out of the way, so you're not like sleeping on a pile of snow when the hut appears. But yes, and actually there are some cushions that survived the fire in the chieftain's hut. You could probably dig those out and have them in the hut with you when the hut appears. So Cozen, you marvel as Paulton casts this spell and this dome of force appears around you, and suddenly you're in a temperature-controlled environment.
Hell yeah, I do. Never seen a hut before.
Yeah, Jasper's marveling at it as well. He says,
damn.
"Well, I never."
Evelyn shows them around. This is our hut. You can see here is the middle, and those are the sides. No corners. It's a circle. Paulton likes to keep it nice and warm. He also has some nice light kits to set the mood. Paulton, do you want to show them any of your nice light kits?
Oh, I mean,
They're
I guess-
so nice.
I guess if we're asking, like, what? Like, it's like a freaking strobe party.
I smile and nod appreciatively, using my high charisma to disguise the fact that my eyes are glazing over.
Done and done. All right, and so you settle into the hut.
Evelyn goes to sleep humming Distraction Forces jingle. Distraction Force.
Rest as
All
much
right.
as you guys need. We'll be protected in this hut.
Okay.
For the first hour or two, while everyone is resting, I'm going to do another comb over of the entire village to see if there is anything that would possibly be of use or of value to myself or for this mission.
Oh, okay. Make a perception check.
All right.
Or actually, let's say, yeah, perception is probably better for you than intelligence investigation, I'm guessing.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 19.
Okay. Is there anything specific that you're kind of looking for?
Anything that I can use as like distraction items.
Some C4.
Make some C4, makeshift caltrops, infrared
Okay.
scanner.
Let's see.
Potions are super useful.
Any possible lost daggers or throwing knives.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find any of those. Let's see. You find some bead curtains. That's kind of not useful.
We
Take
could
them
throw a
anyway.
party for the giants.
Yeah.
No,
Some-
take them for the hut.
Baskets, some wooden ritual masks. You find lying amid the debris in one area is what appears to be a gold censer that may have been hanging from a ceiling at one point and it fell. There's a oven.
I thought
which
I
you-
picked that up.
Oh, you might have actually. Yes, you did.
It's on my character sheet.
Yep. Never mind.
Why do you have that?
Because it was pretty.
It was pretty.
I have 4
Uh,
blocks of incense, a censer, bead jewelry, and some semi-precious stones that we took
All
out
right.
of that ugly mask.
Well, then when you're not looking, Strix will eat one of your blocks of incense.
What? It's in my bag. You stole it out of my pocket.
To eat.
Oh, you find a live pig that didn't get out.
Oh yeah, bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it with us.
So, Dia, the pig will make snorty noises at you.
How are we doing on rations?
Not great, probably. You can certainly dig up some rations.
Out of the pig.
Shit.
All right, Dieth, I'd like you to make another perception check.
Okay. Oh. What? Yeah. 11.
You are surprised.
By
Ah,
this amazing thing I just found. Like,
And?
oh, I wouldn't expect to see this here.
A friend?
yes. So as you're transfixed by the pig momentarily and looking around for other things, and you find some rations, which is great. Your friends will love you, and you are completely surprised when you turn around and there is literally a 8-foot tall figure standing next to you, and you see that he's in the night, very dark, ominous, and looming, and seems to be made up of stone. Just this dark stone shape in front of you with molten golden eyes. And he looks and he says, "What are you looking for, my friend?"
Do any of us see this?
Nope, he's off. Dieth is off on his own.
I immediately like jump backwards and pull out the sword, just like instinctually, just that.
He says, "Hey, it's me."
I give him one of these. I'll get as soon as when he says that, I'll give him one of these.
And he says, "Karak, or rather, my true name is Kaharek, but you can call me Karak. This is my true form. What do you think?"
I don't understand. What am I looking at? Sword away.
You are looking at a big stone man with eyes of molten gold. He's huge.
All right.
And he says, "Where are your friends? We have work to do."
Yes, we do, and they're preparing for it. I was just trying to see if there's anything in here that I could possibly use to help get ready, or anything that we can do to anything and everything that we can use for our mission.
You are taking his truth remarkably well.
And he says, I will help you if you like.
How do I know you're Karak?
He says, I cannot change my form again today, but tomorrow I will show you and prove it to you.
Oh, okay, I can trust you.
Until then, take my word for it.
Say something that only Karak would know.
He says, dwarves are very useful, aye.
All right, he said I. It's fine.
Says, I sometimes forget to add that when I speak in that language, but it's all right. Nobody seems to care.
So obviously you're not actually a dwarf, Karak. Then why
That
are
is
you
true.
here? What are you doing here?
He says, as I am sure your friend Paulton will tell you at his earliest convenience, I am here on a mission. It is true, some false pretenses were involved, and I hid the truth from you that I am here to recover something here deep within the forge. And you're going to help me do that.
Recover? What do you want?
He says, the iron golem.
What? The
iron golem.
No, yes, I understood you. You mean the thing that Paulton and Strix were controlling to fight the fire giants?
That's right. I'm taking it back to Citadel Adbar, where it rightfully belongs.
Yeah. All right. Why do you want it?
It was made by the Bronzefire clan.
Oh.
The giants, they stole it. Yes, that's what they did.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
I'm up to. Ooh, 19.
Nope.
All right, I make mental note of that.
Yeah.
But
with your 19, you also notice that despite his sort of casual, kind of cavalier conversational tone, that there is an undercurrent of menace that he can't hide about what he plans to do once he gets what he wants.
Yeah. So I am acutely aware of this, but I am going to play along as much as I can. I'm just going to go. So I'm like, Bronzefire. There was someone back at Adbar named Bronzefire, wasn't there?
You are perhaps referring to Azon Bronzefire, your friend and colleague who gave you shelter and brought you into his home and fed you, and that's a very nice family.
Yeah.
He's an senior advisor to the king.
Right. So he made this golem and the fire giant stole it?
That's right, yes.
Oh, all right.
And I, as his personal bodyguard, have been sent to get it back.
Yeah. We could probably help with that. They've already promised some rewards just for this recon mission, but they could probably get us more if we bring back an extra souvenir. All right. So then what exactly do you need from us to help you get this iron golem back?
I need some sort of monumental distraction.
Oh, buddy.
Distraction, boys!
Let me tell you.
He says, nothing is more important than this mission.
There's something.
You're absolutely right. Now,
he says, my freedom and your continued survival depend on it.
It sure does. How would you like to be a part of said monumental distraction and have some fun with it?
Sure, whatever.
Great. Then in just a few hours...
Just think of me as one of your team.
You got it.
This is getting a lot of people.
We'll be ready to go in just a few hours. I'll explain to him like the front door distraction with some of the party members, while myself and Cozen will sneak inside and retrieve the iron golem.
Excellent. I will accompany you.
We're trying to do this stealthily, so I feel like your size and strength would be better off at the front door. The bigger front we have at the front door, the more distraction we have.
No. You underestimate my sneaky potential. And he says, I have all sorts of abilities which will come in handy. I can make walls of stone. I can pass through solid stone. I can turn to sand. I can turn invisible. I can turn all kinds of funny things. I also have the ability to conjure elementals.
Oh. All those things are useful.
I am a Dao.
All right. You don't sleep or anything, do you?
No.
All right. Well, sadly, the rest of us do. So if you wouldn't mind just waiting here for a while.
I will stand watch.
Perfect. And I'll go back to where the hut is and keep them outside. It's like, make sure no one finds us. If someone does, alert us right away. We'll assist in subduing him. But the rest of us, we need to get some sleep and restore our magics before we get back into the forge.
Evelyn sleepily hums Distraction Force.
All right. So those of you who haven't quite nodded off yet, including probably Cozen, who doesn't sleep either, can see this hulking figure accompanying Dieth back to the Waffle Hut. This big stone.
Oh, I don't want him. I don't want him inside.
Oh, well, he's not going to be in the hut itself.
Okay, good.
But he'll probably stand in the doorway of the chieftain's burnt-out hut.
Yeah, that's great.
So he's visible to the party.
All right.
I don't know he's there.
You can definitely see him.
Oh, okay.
Yep, everybody
You
can.
what? So I see him.
Yep.
I'm just like,
Yeah, I kind of look at DF and do the
like DF. Several questions.
So likewise. So I'll enter the hut and then close the flap.
There's no flap. You're just walking through a force field.
Okay.
But you can darken the inside of it so that it's not easy to see what's going inside.
Tinted windows.
Tinted windows.
More curious is, does sound leave the hut?
Yes.
Damn it.
I'm pretty sure.
But there's like wind blowing outside and,
Okay.
blizzard conditions. So.
Okay, so as soon as I get in, I'm gonna grab some parchment and a pen and like kind of who's awake right now? Polton, you're awake?
Mm.
All right.
I'm awake.
Yeah, Strix is asleep.
Evelyn's definitely asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'll grab some parchment and like do a quick scribble on there and just kind of hold it up to Polton and Cozen who are still awake. And it just says, "Things are worse."
I see that. I'm just like,
Yeah, same.
All right. So then I'll kind of huddle them close and keep our voices low. So hopefully that they are drowned out by the wind that is outside so this Dow can't hear us.
Yeah. There's also Evelyn sort of snoring / singing in her sleep. So
Yeah.
Distraction.
it's like
Distraction.
It's impossible to sleep in this hut.
With all that,
Every once in a while, she sighs contentedly.
And Strix will elbow her.
so
probably used to that by now.
Polton,
so
obviously I don't need to explain anything to you since you seem to know already.
can I just like kind of gather what's going on from that?
Yeah, I'll do like a quick rundown quietly to Cozen and Polton about that and how he very desperately wants this iron golem and bring it back to Azon Bronzefire.
It's like, yeah, I know.
And I'm basically saying we cannot let him have this iron golem. Whatever we can to sabotage it, destroy it, or just forget. You cannot let him know. You cannot let him get this.
Assuming everything goes to plan, so don't count on it. But
Nothing ever goes to plan.
If Megara in the flask can melt the adamantine heart that powers the Colossus, she can certainly take care of an iron golem. And then she's unbound and causing untold destruction in the mountain. So, really up to you.
Right. No matter what, he can't have that golem. We're just going to be using him and his abilities to assist us.
In the stealth part?
Chris, would it be beneficial for me to, if I haven't already, share like the stuff I know?
That's you think it would be beneficial for them to have that information, so
Okay. I convey the thing.
okay. So Paulton will tell you that he saw a brand or glyph or mark inside the Iron Golem, signifying that it was created by Clan Bronzefire, and was told by Karak after he got his lights punched out that it was given to the giants to cement an alliance.
All of that.
Huh.
And then, so based off what Paulton has told
Yes.
us, the golem itself cannot be activated or moved or whatever outside of control of the fire giants, but someone with any kind of magical ability has the capability to do so.
So
Because it kind of sounds like, if he tells me all the adventures, it doesn't sound like Karak himself, Karak, was able to manipulate this golem or move it.
actually, Karak was in control of the golem before he fled. He had whoever activates it essentially controls it until it's deactivated, and then somebody else can try to activate it and control it.
But he needed Paulton / Strix to
remove the fire giant override, which Strix did. You saw her do that.
I didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah.
And
Paulton also tells you or remembers that it seemed clear based on Kaharak's tone that he was telling Paulton this because he didn't think, there was sort of an implied threat that this is not information that the Dow would like to see shared. The Dow sort of assumed that Paulton figured it out on his own as soon as he saw the mark.
So if theoretically this golem was given by the dwarves to the giants to cement
by
an
a
alliance.
specific dwarf clan in Citadel Adbar to cement a secret alliance.
Well, boys, we got a traitor.
Yeah,
or I should say, you have a traitor. Like this. This is your problem.
Yeah, I didn't trust him from the start. Either way, Paulton, thank you for sharing the information. This is vital. No matter what, he can't get that back. If there's someone inside Citadel Adbar, there are far more threats here than we're prepared to deal with. But if we can at least use Karak to help us succeed in this one mission and take out the Iron Golem at the same time, then great. We did everything we need to. We can get out of here. We'll try. We'll made it look like we're trying, but he cannot succeed in getting that golem back. So that said, good night.
Same.
All right. The rest of the night passes uneventfully, and you awake in the morning refreshed with all your resources.
Oh,
Yay!
everything's better.
Feels so good.
I can run away again.
You regain half of your spent hit dice.
Feels so nice to be able to run away again.
Okay.
By the way,
Everyone
when we
good?
wake up, do we
Yeah.
see this the Dow standing
Yes.
up.
Yes, you see the Dow standing outside the hut, keeping watch. You can see snow is still falling, but most of the wind has abated, so the snow is more or less coming straight down as sort of big fluffy flakes. The sky overhead is gray, thick with clouds.
So once I see him, I'll immediately explain to Strixon, Evelyn, and Jasper. It's like, no, it's not what you think. This is Karak. You probably better know him as Karak. And he's actually here to assist us. Remember that iron golem? He just wants that out. And everything he will do will help make sure that we get in here and succeed in our mission. And then he gets the golem.
Wink.
And that's it. He's here to help.
Do you have something in your eye?
Yes.
Oh, that's too bad.
Would Strix recognize this as a weird planar creature that she does not trust?
Yeah. So Strix, you can make an Arcana check to rattle through your noggin to see what you know about Dow.
Okay. Oh, 20.
Oh, nicely done. So you know that Dow are greedy, malicious genies from the elemental plane of Earth. They are very fond of gems, precious metals. They can fly, their lower bodies transforming into columns of swirling sand as they do. They typically live underground or in glittering ore-veined caverns, palaces. They never assist mortals unless they have something to gain, preferably treasure or freedom. And other races native to the elemental plane of Earth avoid the Tao because they're always seeking new slaves to mine out their maze works and their floating Earth islands. They're very proud slavers. If this one has been bound to the Bronzefire clan, it will stop at nothing to gain its freedom.
Got it. I will not relay that to my party.
You also know a few things about Tao and their magical abilities. They can glide through Earth, they can summon elementals, and they have a raft of abilities, including the ability to translate languages magically and to pass through stone.
So he's incredibly powerful.
On the sort of genie scale, yeah, he's comparable to a genie or an Ifrit or a Marid in terms of strength.
Those are all scary.
But they are certainly more powerful than you individually.
Right. All right. Strix will not tell the party that and just instead go. And that's it.
Which is what Strix does when she wakes up, so everything's normal.
Right. Yeah, we noticed nothing.
It's like, yep, good morning.
Not even a little bit more flailing, just like a little bit more than usual. Maybe some rolling around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess since it's the next morning, everyone's rested up.
Yep.
Let's get back in there.
All right, so just to clarify, I am supposed to make lots of noise
Right.
and be super distracting.
It's something you're really good at.
All right, I
Evelyn,
just want to make sure.
Elin, Strix, Paulton, the three of you make your way around to that front door and do whatever noise, whatever distractions, whatever explosions need to make happen to get them to open that up. You draw them out. You do not engage. You simply bring them out. Don't try to fight them off. Don't try to kill them. Don't put yourselves in that grave of danger. Just draw them out. In the meantime, Cozen and I will make our way into the inside, find this primordial or the flask, and use it to destroy the heart.
What about the big guy?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Karak? I mean, if we want big threats, he'd be the biggest threat. I think Karak would be best making distractions at the front door.
Distraction force!
I saw him as Crack. He can handle himself against fire giants pretty well. So him at the front lines, I think that's where he'd be best.
Okay.
What is his opinion on that?
He says, "But then how will I command the Iron Golem?"
Well, that's what Cozen and I are here for.
In the chaos following the meltdown, or presumed meltdown, or at least the theft of the flask, there will be plenty of time to sneak in and get the Iron Golem.
Okay. Diath and Cozen, whichever you has the higher persuasion check, make a check with advantage.
I have +6 to persuasion.
You win.
And, okay.
Right.
16.
Roll twice and take the higher result.
16.
Okay. He says, I am a little dubious about this plan. However, since we are all friends,
Yeah, there we
and
go.
I will be able to enjoy the company of the beautiful Evelyn and the remarkable Strix,
Oh,
I
stop.
will do as you say and wait outside to greet the giants when the doors open.
Excellent. And if I find some extra treasure in there, I'll be sure to grab some for you too.
He says, but if things go awry, I cannot be held accountable for my actions, my anger.
Hold up, what now?
I think we are all accountable under the light of Lathander for our own actions and to preserve the beauty and the light in this world. So I'm sorry. I appreciate the compliments you gave me, but I just can't accept that.
He says, the laws of mortals do not apply to me.
I'm not talking about mortals. I am talking about the morning Lord Lathander. All praise and glory be to his holy name as he shines down upon us on today, the day of our Lord. I just continue.
Okay.
Are you guys stopping me?
Strix has given up.
Usually you stop me
It's
like
like,
that.
no, go on. Please.
Strix has given up at this point.
I offer helpfully that there will be many targets for his frustration.
Yeah. Don't worry, Karak. I won't come to that. However, I do have one more favor to ask.
Please.
Now, I couldn't help but notice that when you were a crack, you had this incredible suit of armor.
He says, oh, yes, yes.
Now, is there any way that you could
Loan that to Evelyn?
reobtain that and loan it back out to Evelyn? Having 2 impervious threats would be better than just 1.
He says, well, as this is a new day, sure, why not? He snaps his fingers and the armor appears at Evelyn's feet.
Strix is like, I never get anything cool.
Says, when this mission is over, of course, I will head back.
Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course.
See, now Evelyn, with that armor, once you make yourself invulnerable, you can go and be as destructive and corrosive and distracting as you want. Won't that be fun?
Distraction force.
Exactly.
What do you want me to do? Fireballs don't do anything.
No, but the explosions outside should still gain their attention.
All right.
I
still
think
have-
you should turn yourself into Strahd. That's always scary.
That's not
for
going to
me.
work.
They must.
No one believes I'm Strahd.
They
I
must
do.
own stuff that can be set on fire.
That would be really dumb, just as an aside. If fire giants had like a couch that they could set on fire, every time they sat down, it'd just be on fire.
Well, no, they're just impervious to heat.
The fire giants
don't-
themselves aren't made of fire, so they can sit on a couch just fine. It's just not their flavor.
I'm
Not their fashion.
dubious.
Yeah.
I mean, at the least, setting everything on fire.
Their hellhounds,
Hurt.
however, would almost certainly climb up on the couch
And then catch it on
and
fire.
then catch it on
Bad
fire.
dog, bad dog.
It's like, oh, no, not again.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Strix, I've seen you use polymorphs and the like. You can still use those to help quell whatever.
I mean, I can't
Threats come
polymorph anymore.
Not yourself, but
Yeah, I can do others. Yeah, I can do that.
If you can do that and make them into something harmless, even
Sure.
better.
Oh, it can be
Can
equal
you make
too.
them into
Yeah.
something cute?
Sure.
Okay.
I just ask.
Oh yeah. What about we have to send waffles away. We can't have waffles here.
No, she'll get lost.
I'm getting to that. I turn to Jasper. So Jasper, should this fail, we've not heard from for however long it takes to get back to Citadel Badbar. I forgot how long, a week or whatever it is. You need to get back and alert your king, and your king alone, immediately what exactly is happening here. We're counting on you to get back and let him know what's going on.
I will not fail.
All right, and with that, we need you to take little Waffles. She's in
Okay.
danger here, and she'll be much safer back at Citadel Adbar.
Please be nice to waffles.
Little meaty waffles.
They've met
All
her
right.
before. They know.
Yeah. So you spend about like 5 minutes adjusting the harness to fit around Jasper's stout frame, and you sort of pack Waffles in the back of it because the dwarf does not want this big fluffy owlbear blocking his line of vision. So yes, once you strap Waffles in the back of the dwarf, Waffles starts like gnawing on his ears and his cuffs and everything else.
Strix will get
Give him some travel snooks.
Yeah, Strix will go into her robes and just like make a little bundle of stacks and tie them up and pet Waffles and be like, "It'll be okay. We'll be back soon. I'm so sorry.
Uncle Jasper will take good care of you.
Yes, Jasper.
He will, right?
Jasper, war hero of the Silver Marches conflict, now tasked delivering baby Owlbear safely back to the comforts of his home in Citadel Adbar, and he says, in this task he will not fail as he proceeds to set out. And he grabs some weapons out of the snow, make sure he's bristling with things he can throw at enemies.
Excellent. And one last favor, Jasper, before you go. I clearly had some kind of divine abilities. If there's anything that you can use to help assist us before we go in, that'd be great.
Check. Okay.
Yeah, he cast a mass heal spell on us, didn't he?
He did. Now that you're healed up, though, that won't do you all good. But let's see. Oh, I know what he can do. He is going to cast a divination spell, contact his deity Moradin. That is, if you'll let him speak to and determine
if this is a good idea or not.
Yes. He'll ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within the next 7 days and get a truthful reply. So the question he asks you is there a question you'd like Moradin to answer? Knowing that this is coming directly from a trustworthy god.
Okay, so not to Jasper, because I don't want this part asked, but do I have a general idea of how long it would take these four to get down to like where those large front doors are?
Well, Evelyn can fly, so it won't take her terribly long. Everybody who's going down the stairs it'll probably take them about 30 minutes to get down to the doors.
Okay. The question that I want answered is in approximately 30 to 45 minutes from now, where is the iron flask containing the primordial Megara inside Iron Slag? Where can I find it?
He thinks he has experience with being specific.
Okay. So let me get the question straight. Where is the iron flask that contains Megara inside Iron Slag? Okay.
In 30 to 45 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes, yeah.
Because it could be
In
moving
30,
around.
right, yes. Where do you expect it to be? So the response that Jasper gets back, and he sort of, this light seems to well up inside of Jasper and kind of bleed out through his eyes and mouth, and it looks like firelight
Ooh.
when he does it.
Why can't you do that, Evelyn?
The light is inside me. If you can't see it, then you're just not looking hard enough.
Yeah. And his is more of a burning fire, whereas yours is more like a holy light fire. And he speaks with great authority on this matter and says, Megara is not in the flask. She is in the forge. The flask is in the Drow's clutches. And they are close.
Oh God, we're gonna die! Strix is just gonna throw herself on the ground.
And then the dwarf looks up at you, specifically Strix, eyes burning like fire, and says, very close. And then the fire and light just seems to leave him, and he's Jasper again.
Your god is mean! I don't like your god. Pick a new one.
You all hear this.
God.
All right, DS, it's time to go. right?
They're close. The drow are close. You heard Bernie McBurnface?
Oh, are you praying? Are you praying to Lathander? Here, I'll help you. Dear
No.
Lathander,
Evelyn,
in your infinite mercy.
stop. Cozen.
Hmm.
Megara was put into this flask. How exactly was that done? And can it be done again?
Do I know that, Chris?
Yes, because you were there. The flask, which you took into Gauntlgrim and used it to capture the primordial, it is a powerful, legendary magic item. And you can use an action to speak the flask's command word, which you would know, targeting a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. If the target is native to a plane of existence other than the one you're on, it must make a successful wisdom saving throw or be trapped in the flask.
So I say it can be done again.
Yeah, and only one creature can be in the flask at a given time.
Only one creature.
So if the flask is empty, then it could be used to trap her again.
Yes. Or the Dow,
Or any other creature that you target that fails its save.
All right. I know the command word,
Yep.
yes.
And here's the best part. You can then use an action to remove the flask stopper and release the creature the flask contains. That creature is then friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour, obeying your commands for that duration.
All right.
If it gets no commands, it defends itself, but otherwise does nothing for that duration.
All right.
After that duration, it's normal trap itself.
On the off chance that I don't make it, because I hear that's a possibility, I'm going to mention the command word to Dieth.
Okay. And the command word.
I don't know what you're worried about. You'll be fine.
Sure.
No, you'll be fine. But if the two of us know the command word, that's twice the chances that we'll be able to use to get Megara back in.
Right. All
Yeah.
I care about is
Just
Dieth.
if something's happened to you, I can do it. Or if something happens to me, you can do it.
Sure.
Strix is still running around saying we're all gonna die, and she runs up to Cozen and shakes him and says, "You're gonna die first!" And runs away.
I, again, just look off into the distance as though I always knew it was going to end this way.
Very, very good.
It's
All right.
daylight now, right?
Yes, it is morning.
All right. Well, I'll casually also mention, while tugging my hood up over my eyes, that if we're outside and it's daylight, the drow will be at a significant disadvantage since they don't typically deal with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I want to hear this command word.
Yeah.
The command word is Zirith.
Zirith?
Yep. That's also the name of the matron mother of your house, Cozen.
Yeah. So just start listing off swears. You'll get it.
Got it. All right. How about first things first? We need that flask, and if your allies are nearby, we have to get it back from them.
Sounds fine.
Should we get ready for them, like set traps or something if they're close?
I aid that if they're close, they'll be sticking to the darkest places they can find.
Yeah, if they, Cozen, if they exit the way they came in, they're going to sort of pass right by you. They're going to probably, now that they have their levitate spell back, they'll probably levitate up the shaft, make their way out into the Akfolk village, and then down the mountainside, working as quickly to get back to the tunnels to the Underdark as they can.
Right. They'll be in a hurry, they'll be distracted, and they'll be at a severe disadvantage when they're passing by. So will I, for the record. I don't prefer sun either.
Yeah, it seems to hurt you, just like, even though you cover your eyes.
Yeah, no, it stings and burns.
Yeah.
So, I give Dieth a gentle pat on the shoulder. All you, or mostly you.
All right. If you happen to know if you know where they're going to be coming from, that's exactly where we can set up our ambush.
All right, I relay that information.
Okay, so yeah, they're going to come up, if he's right, they're going to come up into the Akfolk village, emerging the same way you did.
All right.
And then probably descend the stairs.
And that's exactly where we can set up. So as soon as they're out, possibly, Cozen, how mad do you think they would be at you? Would they? It's like, are you on kill on sight?
At this point in time, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No,
Never mind.
This you saw it. It didn't go well.
All right. That's all right. Well, then I'm gonna have give you a good time. Give you the fight of your life.
Just one request.
Certainly.
If possible, try to incapacitate Virith. Let her, rough her up a little, but if I can be alive to see it happen, if she can be alive to see it happen, I would very much like that.
You really don't like that person.
Oh, no, this is pretty typical for us.
I'll turn back to the party. Everyone got that? Take out the others,
Distraction
but keep
force!
Virith alive.
If you can. If not,
All right. We can do this. As soon as you obtain the flask, we can do this. Strix, it's a good thing you got those fireballs, right?
Ah.
Drow burn.
That drow catch on fire, so
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so where are you waiting for them? Did you say on the stairs?
Probably from where they'll emerge from the mountain as
Okay. So you'll be in the ruins of the Akfolk village, essentially hiding in the burnt out shells of huts
Right.
and things.
Don't leave them any dark space to hide in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll position ourselves so the opening from the mountain themselves will have Evelyn and we'll say Evelyn and myself. So that as soon as they come past us, we can immediately jump them. And then the rest of you from hiding amongst the ruins can then come out, blast them with your range attacks or spells or whatever it is you have.
I need to get up high. Can I see any place with a good foothold that I could be hidden?
Yeah, there's you could essentially hide on top of the wall surrounding the Akfolk village, near where it meets the mountain. So you'd be up higher and you'd have some cover if you were crouched down.
All right, I will go up there then.
Okay.
Don't let them shoot you. Their bolts are poisoned.
To be clear, I did
And
put
I will
on.
cast mage armor
There you go.
and blade ward.
And you've got the armor on.
Yeah, I put on the magic armor.
Are you going to activate its invulnerability power or save that for later in the day? This is a once per day thing.
To be clear, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Right? And right now we're only expecting to fight the drow, not the bigger distraction of the fire giants.
That would seem to be what you believe.
So I do not activate it yet.
Okay.
Karak, I know this isn't quite getting to there, but if possible, would you be able to assist in us taking them down? Because the faster we get them down, the faster we can get inside and get your iron golem back.
He says, sorry, what?
3 drow are coming out, and we need to beat them up, but keep the one named...
Yes. I will help you with your
All right.
little
good.
drow problem.
Thank you very much. Trust me, this will go fast. And then with all that, we'll
All right.
get to a position to
And
fight.
hide. Okay, I'd like Diath and Evelyn, since they're the ones closest to the entrance, to make stealth checks. I'm going to give you both advantage because you've got lots of cover.
Oh.
And Diath's got his hand over Evelyn's mouth, so she won't sing distraction force.
I got a
Gives me
16.
advantage on stealth. Oh,
This is good to have because drow are pretty perceptive.
all right. 21.
Okay.
22. Sorry, that's low for me.
The 3 drow emerge into the overcast day through the doors. They pass right by Diath and Evelyn, oblivious to the danger that is about to loom upon them. And at that point, Diath, Evelyn, you can come out and just start swinging. Surprise action.
You ready? It's like
By
mouth-
the light of a thunder!
as we like do a slow motion like leap out and just it does a thing where like everything slows down but then speeds right back up right as it comes.
Everybody roll initiative.
Exactly that. That's exactly what I was envisioning.
Yeah.
While you guys are doing that, Strix just slow motions over the wall, like
And as soon as things speed back up, I roll a natural 1 on my
Oh my
initiative.
Yeah.
So for initiative, that gives me a 3.
Okay. 3.
Wouldn't be a dice camera action without it.
How did DF do?
20.
20. How did
Oh,
Strix
dang.
do?
18.
Halton?
18.
Oh, nice. And
I also got 18.
well,
Oh.
shit. All
It's
right.
better.
So a bunch of you are going to act. Everybody else is acting simultaneously. And wow, that's really weird. Karak also rolled an 18.
Oh. Remember that time everyone rolled a 1?
Yep.
We still have that clip somewhere, I hope.
Yep. So Jared, you get to attack first. Now, one of them is clearly the Virith, the female. She is physically bigger than the 2 males who are flanking her. Which target would you like to go after?
So in the midst of my slow motion leap, do my quick eye scan, does it happen to spot this flask on any of them?
Yes, you can see that Virith has the flask tied off to her belt.
All right, great. I'm going to go for a smaller one on the side.
Okay. You'll be attacking Choss, although you don't know him personally, and make
He
your
sounds
attack
like a
rolls.
dick.
I failed to trip Choss, so get him fucking good. We owe him.
Well, hopefully this will be a little bit better than a trip attack.
You get
All
okay, make your attacks.
Is
Everyone
this a surprise attack, Chris Perkins?
It sure is.
So would you say I have advantage on this attack roll?
You sure do.
Jared's so happy.
And then he rolled.
25.
Hit
Oh.
him.
So since this was such a sneaky attack, I will be rolling my sneak attack damage.
Right.
Oh, it's 3 ones.
When are you ever going to be like, yes? I don't think I've heard you be like, yes.
3 ones showed up.
It's always that sound of just, ha!
Oh,
Oh.
come on.
Story of my life.
It's never like a happy, like, I did it.
Oh,
Total 18.
Oh, okay. That clearly deals him a nasty, grievous wound, and he calls out with surprise and pain. And you are now right next to him. Evelyn, you go next because this is sort of a surprise round.
I am wielding the Heart of Spinelli,
Yeah.
and I am just confirming what I wrote down.
Yeah.
It does 2d6 fire damage if I ignite it. Is that right?
That is correct.
And I can only ignite it once.
No, you can do that as often as you like, and you don't have to declare that you're doing the fire damage until you hit.
Oh, sick. So I can ignite it a bajillion times.
Yep.
So you
add
could give it
infinitum.
holy fire.
Yeah. The Holy
All right.
Heart of Spinelli. All right, my first attack
Now,
is...
who are you attacking? Are you attacking one of the bodyguards? The same bodyguard that Dieth attacked, or a different one?
Yeah, different bodyguard.
Okay, you're attacking Zadath.
And is the attack bonus the same as with my battle axe?
Yes.
Cool. So then I roll a...
Oh,
Sorry, you blacked out.
I
there
roll
for
a
second.
15 on my
Okay.
attack.
would you
That-
say her attack has advantage too, Chris Perkins, because it's so sneaky?
It's super sneaky.
Yes, you have advantage. So you
Also
can roll
just
again.
like really scary. It's more scary than sneaky because this like giant ball of light is falling out of the sky with a flaming sword.
Go ahead and make
That
another-
increases it by 1
Oh,
to
okay.
a 16.
All right. That is deflected.
Well, poo. Do I
yep.
get two attacks?
You sure do.
Yay! Another swipe. That one was just to look scary. And do I get an advantage on the second attack?
No.
Well, it's worth a
both
try.
are scary.
15.
Okay, that too, he dodges out of the way of.
I missed my battle axe.
Yeah. All right, and now it's the regular initiative count. DF, they are no longer surprised by you. What would you like to do?
Stab again.
Okay, go for it.
Just this is just a regular sword attack.
Yep.
So same target. I don't think 14 is going to do it.
No. He blocks that with his small shield.
All right. And then with that, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage.
Okay.
and then make my way towards where my rest of the party is waiting for the ambush.
Very good. All right. So DF goes skirting off through the snow, leaving Evelyn staring down 3 drow. Next up, Cozen.
All right. Am I in line of sight of Virith?
Yes.
All right. I am going to take my trusty little hand crossbow and try to shoot her with it.
Okay.
With a poison dart.
Sounds good.
All right, and I rolled a 4. Did a 4 hit?
Okay, your bolt goes slightly astray.
But only slightly, so it was close.
Yes, not even. Yes, it flew off into the snow, and she recognizes it immediately and locks eyes with you for a moment. And then Strix.
All right. I'm concerned about breaking the flask with a fireball.
It's an iron flask.
Okay, so it won't break.
Nope.
Okay, fireballs for everyone.
So you drop a fireball.
Whee!
I assume sort of not enveloping or safely enveloping Evelyn.
Yeah, I'll do my careful spell, make sure that no one gets messed
So Evelyn, you are engulfed in a fireball, but all the firelight just plays around you.
She's used
I do
to
a
it
fire
at this
dance.
point.
All right, roll your damage.
All right. Oh, come on.
You'll be
Hopefully
pleased
not
to know
a bunch
they
of
all
ones.
failed.
Oh, good.
Hooray!
Strix
They're
is so happy
surprised.
about this. 28.
28 points of damage for everybody.
Yay.
All right.
That's pretty good.
That bloodies Choss, and he's just sort of a burnt wreck at this point. Most of his hair is burnt
Like
off.
the bitch he is.
Yeah.
I'll also duck back behind the wall, like whoop.
Can't see me.
Yeah.
All right. Virith is fuming, literally and figuratively, after that blast. So as the fire abates and is gone, there are just 3 smoldering but still standing drow. All the snow around them has just been reduced to puddles of water. All right. And as the smoke lifts, Paulton, what would you like to do?
I would like to. Is this the team distraction force moment, or is that holding off? I can't remember what phase of the plan.
This is the distraction warm up.
This is they defeat them and obtain the flask, but don't kill Vera in the middle.
And which one's looking messed up?
One of the bodyguards.
The one that I stabbed.
Yep. Yes, pray.
That one we want to kill?
Yeah, he can die.
Oh, cool. All right. Let's go ahead. Let me see here. Am I able to cast Dissonant Whispers on a higher level?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay.
Double checking.
I think you have before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just always forget which one can't. But I think that's the one.
Dissonance. Dissonant Whispers. Yes, you can elevate that, and you do an extra D6 for each level above first.
Cool. Then let's do that at a. They're looking pretty messed up.
It's hard to say. Definitely that one guy is bloodied, so he's lost more than half his hit points.
All right, let's do it at level 3.
Okay, so you're going to do 5d6 psychic damage. He's got to make a wisdom saving throw, which he failed.
Ooh.
Pop it. Just pop his brain
Fucking
open.
Choss.
He's going to take it all.
That was 5?
5d6? 5d6, yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
yeah, Choss is kind of sucking right now.
uh, 16.
Okay. After hearing these horrible, horrible voices in his head, he is still alive, but there's like blood coming out of the orifices of his skull.
Ugh.
Neat.
Yeah.
Should have taken the fall, Choss.
He does not look good. It looks like any serious blow might take him down at this point. Karak goes next, and he is going to cast a spell as well. He's not going to fuck around. He's going to cast Phantasmal Killer.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
good thing he's
Okay.
using that spell slot now.
Yeah. Just go ahead.
Well, first he says, he looks at Dieth running toward him and he says, which one do you want me to take out?
Not the middle one.
All right, then. He will take out the one who's not quite so
Charred.
charred. Yes. Taps into the nightmares of the creature, creating an illusory manifestation of the Drow's worst fears. So Zadath rolled a natural 1 on his saving throw. He is now frightened beyond belief, and at the end of each of his turns, he's going to take psychic damage until he dies.
Oh,
Probably.
God.
Should have fucking
Jeez.
taken the fall, Zadath.
Can give them all a bad time.
Yeah, so suddenly Zadath is stricken and frightened by Phantasmal Killer.
What does
And-
he see as a point of interest?
You actually can't see what hit is that scares the shit out of him. Only he
I'm
sees.
just curious because you know everything because you're the dungeon
Yes.
master.
Yes. So what would Zadath fear? Let me think. He's a drow.
White people.
Oh my god. I don't have anything to top that. All right. And we're running out of time. The drow go next. Virith will pull forth the flask. And she will attempt to trap Karak.
Oh, we should have thought of that.
I did.
Oh,
He is clearly the biggest threat here. To her, in her view, anyway. And now he has to make a wisdom saving throw. All right.
What?
I'm trying to decide if I want to stop here or tell you what happened.
Oh, no. Come on. That's so mean.
All right. She holds up the flask and tries to trap Karak in the flask. Karak succeeds on his saving throw. She does not capture him, at which point she puts the stopper back in and says, "We surrender."
Oh.
And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's way more interesting.
Yeah, that's a high-ish note, maybe.
Drow,
Yeah.
don't surrender. They're going to kill us.
it's fine. I give the hand signal for it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And the
All right.
wink.
Okay, and a little wink just to reassure everybody.
Yep. Quick question for Sam. Can you make it next week?
Yes.
Splendid. All right. So the wackiness will resume next week, and we'll see how the Waffle Crew's second plan unfolds.
What is
Ooh.
out of curiosity? What is the longest guest has survived?
Oh, geez.
We had one return.
Consecutively?
Yeah, consecutively, not long. 3 episodes is
All right.
it's the consecutive run.
So next week is
Well,
for the
actually,
money.
Harshnag didn't survive the 3rd episode, so 2 episodes.
So if you survive the next one, you're the
You will-
record holder.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
We will be sure to bog down the action with as much role playing as possible.
Yeah,
so that
like-
you got a shot.
Oh wait, what about D?
Well,
We
Dee
don't
was
know.
non-consecutive. She was in a lot of non-consecutive
Oh.
episodes, and you don't know what happened to her. You do know
What
also
about
that.
the
Yeah, what about Dee? Don't talk to Paul about Dee. And then Aram Vartian, the werewolf, Emil, he was in non-consecutive episodes, and he survived for 3, I think.
All right.
No.
This is it, boys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Thanks, team.
Yeah. Good work.
Distraction force.
Yeah.
Someone already made us a cool Tron-looking distraction force logo on Twitter.
Nice.
I also want to point out that I saw a new Twitch name in the chat. Their name was DF's Lost Dagger.
I saw that.
It's like a discarded dagger.
Found them.
Maybe it's not a new Twitch name and you just found it.
Yeah. Hashtag Diaz Last Dagger.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Anybody got anything they want to share before we bail for the week?
Woo, I've been streaming every Thursday. Come hang out.
Yay!
Anna's proud of me, obviously.
I am. I really like watching your streams.
Yay.
I unfortunately will not be joining next week because I'm prepping up to start the Cool and Good tour. So last time I'll be reminding people, but we'll be playing at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia, Sunday the 28th, I believe, and then the Social in Orlando, Saturday the 27th. I said that backwards, which is really dumb for promotion, but whatever. So yeah, if you're in Florida or Georgia next week, come hang out. It's going to be a good time.
Yay.
Cool.
In case you guys hadn't seen the official announcements from Wizards of the Coast, the Stream of Annihilation is coming up. In case you didn't hear about this, there's going to be a huge streaming marathon throughout the weekend of June 2nd and 3rd from Wizards of the Coast, and some certain Waffle Crew members will be joining this massive stream. Anna, you're hosting it, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. So Anna will be there. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Nate will be doing a show.
Nate probably doing a show.
I am the worst person. And I don't go to anything. I'm sorry.
It's part of the RP now.
Yeah, assume I'm blacked out somewhere.
There was discussion about possibly doing a dice camera action from there. We'll have to see. But also, session number 50 is coming up that same week. So we'll have to see from there. So be sure to tune into that live stream. I'm really excited for it. Coming out from Seattle. And
currently, the episode 50 will be the Tuesday before the big live bonanza.
Yeah.
Crazy Stream of Annihilation wackiness.
Dude, you artists out there who always create cool stuff, I think someone should create like box art for the 50th episode. Like the movie poster of the 50th episode, you know?
There you go.
I would love to see that.
Yep.
Yeah. Stream of Annihilation is really exciting and coming up. There's also tons of other exciting things coming up for me. It's a crazy month. Most immediately, I will be playing my Misclicks D&D episode right after this on twitch.tv/MISSCLIKS if you want to tune into that, where I play a bard. We also have the Mr. Rogers Marathon going on Twitch. And outside of being a Twitch employee, I just recommend watching it because it's pure. It's the purest thing on the internet right now. And it's beautiful and makes me feel happy. And then also we have Twitch Unity coming up on the 26th, which is just a day that Twitch is setting aside to encourage people to talk about inclusivity and diversity and positive culture and why we all need each other and why it's important to welcome everyone. So if you are a streamer or content creator, we invite you to create some content on that day. Or if you're a viewer or like to hang out with positive people, go and support the people who are doing that on Twitch.
I think it's still going on. My book, City Stained Red, is the current Kindle daily deal. So if you want to spend $3 to get a year's work of my life,
he said
that would be so great. If you are in Arizona, I'll be at Phoenix Comic-Con next week, and
outstanding.
I will be drunk for half of it. And if you catch me on the times when I am not, I would love to see you.
Also, your tweets are hilarious. Your tweets always make me laugh.
They're
so funny.
I tweet against the void.
Yes.
Buy my book.
It's how buy my book.
And owls, if you want to know about owls and where they live.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday.
Wool
Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Well, we're a minute and a half out of Anna's next game. So
Sorry,
let's
Anna.
all say goodbye and see you all next week, except Nathan. Talk to you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.